My lords, pray be seated. My lords and members of the House of Commons, I look forward eagerly to the tour of Canada, which I shall carry out next summer with my dear husband. The peoples of Canada and the United Kingdom have long shared a common destiny. It is our hope that the friendship and understanding between them will be strengthened still further by our visit. We also look forward with much pleasure to our stay in Ghana in the autumn of next year. This will be my first opportunity of meeting my people in this new member country of the Commonwealth, and I particularly welcome it. I hope that it will also be possible for me to visit Sierra Leone and Gambia. In the spirit which inspired the recent Trade and Economic Conference at Montreal, my government will seek to promote the closest cooperation within the Commonwealth. They will also continue to foster the prosperity of the overseas territories which are in their charge. New legislation to maintain the provision of financial assistance for colonial development and welfare will be laid before you. My government will neglect no opportunity to promote the advance of the colonial territories and the increasing association of their peoples with the management of their own affairs. I shall be very happy to welcome the Shah of Iran on his visit to this country next May. My government will seek to play a full and constructive part in preserving peace and justice and promoting improved standards of life throughout the world. To this end, they will actively support the United Nations and the North Atlantic Alliance and other regional pacts of which they are members. They will cooperate with the United Nations and the countries of the Middle East in any measures likely to relieve international tension in that troubled area and to take account of the needs and aspirations of its people. Governments of the United States of America and the Soviet Union. It is the earnest hope of my government to be given to small farmers and to provide for further support for the agricultural. A bill will be laid before you for the protection and control of deer in Scotland. A conference on the law of the sea should be convened soon. It is thy hope that this may lead to a lasting settlement of the problems of the territorial sea and fishing limits, which are of grave concern to British fishermen. For you, for placing the national insurance scheme on a sound financial basis, and enabling a larger section of my people to build up pension rights related to their earnings. Effect will be given to make for higher education in the universities and technical colleges. In addition, they will announce new plans for developing the nation's schools, intended in particular to improve the scope and quality of secondary education. My government view with gravity the increase in crime. In the light of the most up-to-date knowledge and research, they will seek to improve the penal system and to make methods of dealing with offenders more effective. My ministers will continue their efforts to secure a just balance between the expanding demands of the modern state and the freedom and status of the individual. They will introduce bills to improve the basis of compensation for compulsory acquisition of land. to give further encouragement to home ownership, and to provide for the future management of the new towns in England and Wales. Legislation will also be proposed to establish a modern code for the general regulation of building in Scotland. Other measures will be laid before you in due course. My Lords and members of the House of Commons, today, for the first time, this ceremony is being watched not only by those who are present in this chamber, but by many millions of my subjects. Peoples in other lands will also be able to witness this renewal of the life of Parliament. Outwardly, they will see the pageantry and the symbols of authority and state. But in their hearts, they will surely respond to the spirit of hope and purpose which inspires our parliamentary tradition. Pray that the blessing of Almighty God may rest upon your councils.